The rise of adaptogens, hype or healing? So you've probably seen these adaptogens in smoothies, lattes, wellness TikToks. I'm talking about ashwagandha, reishi, maca. But what are adaptogens really? And how do they actually work? And what is the difference between an adaptogen and a superfood? Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Brave Table. I'm your host, Dr. Neeta, and this is your destination, your oasis to be all things just a little bit more brave. And we are braving today the rise of adaptogens. Now, I've been studying these adaptogens for years, and one of the reasons why I decided to put certain adaptogens in our chai tonics blends, well, is because of what it does to our body and what it does to our nervous system. And today I'm breaking it down, what they are, how they support your body, and whether they're hype or they're healing. So I want to get into the backstory of adaptogens. Now, adaptogens are herbs that help your body to adapt to stress. All right, so they are actually used in Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, so TCM, and indigenous traditions for a very long time. They actually became mainstream thanks to modern wellness, but honestly, the roots go deep. Now, here's how adaptogens work, and I'm going to also talk about some of the common misconceptions. So, they are a cure all, okay? No, the truth is, they support, they do not fix. They support your nervous system. Myth number two is they kick in instantly. As soon as you have a cup of chai tonics chai, they are going to fix everything that you have. Well, not necessarily. The truth is that they're cumulative. They add into your system. So the more you have in your bank, let's just say, or in your cup, cumulatively, this will actually support your nervous system. And myth number three is all adaptogens are for everyone. Now, the truth is they need to match your climate. So, a long time ago, when I first basically was in the throes of early motherhood, I want to say 6 years, 16.5 years ago now, when I basically gave birth to a baby boy, and his name is Aryan Kai. And I was going through the full woes of just early days of motherhood. I wasn't sleeping. I mean, I was trying to do all of the things, pushing people away. I literally had all of these symptoms of just postpartum depression, postpartum rage. And I talk a lot about that in the Brave Table earlier episodes. You can go and search, and I will put this in the show notes as well, in motherhood. And one of the things that I would do, because honestly, I didn't have the time, was I couldn't do my meditation. I couldn't do any sort of morning ritual or anything that I had or any self care because I felt like that whole early time as a mom and being a mom now twice was just, you're kind of in this like tunnel, and you're in this tunnel of chaos, and nothing seems to be going right. And you feel like you're in the same clothes over and over again. And it's like Groundhog's Day, but just like every single day. And mamas, if you have been in it, or you're in it right now, or you're like, yep, I remember that. And so for me, the only thing calming for myself was to make something where I'm not going to forget where I put the bottle. I'm not going to forget where I kept, the dirty diaper, literally, because I would have this mom brain, or I thought it was mom brain. It was definitely mom brain because I wasn't sleeping. I was sleep deprived, trying to do this whole thing, and honestly trying to be super mom. But one thing kept me sane, and that was me making my chai. And that was me bringing back a ritual to make me pause. Even though I might have, my baby, either I was wearing him, or, he was in the stroller or the little bouncy thing that was with me, in the kitchen, on the side, definitely away from the stove. But he was in a place where I can crush my herbs. I had ginger and I had cardamom and all of these things that helped with my digestion, but also, fennel and cinnamon and cloves and star anise. And, I would make all of these different recipes of chai. And this was like, not only did I love the aroma, but I also loved how that ritual made me instantly more calm. It wasn't just listening to a meditation. It was more so getting me into this amazing state of surrender. And I also put things like lion's mane in it. I put rhodiola in it. I put ashwagandha in it. I put all of these herbs, tulsi in it, because it helped with not only postpartum, but it also helped with my focus. And it also helped with me not forgetting, my keys in the refrigerator, things like that. And so, how adaptogens really changed my energy, focus, and mood? Well, I remember really sipping my first ashwagandha infused chai blend, which is now called our Rose Ritual, during this burnout season. I had dulce in it, um, rhodiola in it, and I had ashwagandha in it. And it was all of the things that I really needed to calm myself. And because I wasn't doing that much caffeine at the time, I had this green tea extract. And, we have this kawa in India that it's actually known as Kashmiri kawa, or now this pink chai. And that's what I would drink. And I would put these rose petals in it, and it would smell like roses. And my brain would just be literally in heaven. It softened. That sip for me became so sacred. So I started layering and playing around with adaptogens, one for my focus and mood, like adding saffron to it and adding brahmi to it for mental clarity if I really needed to get work done, and or keeping my nervous system reset, my pig chai, and then it became two completely different blends. But the difference in my nervous system, my mood, my hormones, because to that rose ritual chai, the pink chai, I actually added what's called shatavari. And shatavari in Ayurveda was super helpful because it actually helped balance my hormones. And it was completely wild. So, this is the exact reason why I wanted to put these in chai tonics, because I wanted to make the healing power of adaptogens simple, not only yummy, because I've had these mushroom coffees before, and I'm not going to say names, but they were not chai. It actually tasted like dirt water. And, it didn't taste like the chai elements where, it was nostalgic. It reminded me of having chai with my late passing loved ones, my dad, my mom. We would sit, and just have this connection time daily. But I wanted to make it easy to ritualize. So from adding dulce and shatavari and ashwagandha and ginger to my nervous system chai, or our rose ritual chai, our blends are designed to really support your nervous system. Now, whether that's focus or calm, and they taste like soul warming chai. And it's creamy because it's powered by coconut milk. It actually has 1 gram of sugar, clean ingredients. It doesn't have these artificial flavors or natural flavors, because when you are looking for chai, you always want to make sure, okay, why does it taste like this and it's instant? What do they have in the background? So you always look for the label. And I can show you and be super transparent and clear with you that these are all clean ingredients. Everything on the back of our panel on the ingredients list. And I teach my elderly relatives to also look at this too, because it doesn't matter what they say on the back. What do the ingredients say? And all of our ingredients are organic. They come from natural sources. And it's one of the reasons why it took close to 2.5 years to make this. This was in my mind for so long. I just never thought I would actually do it. But we use freeze dried tea leaves, black tea leaves for our focus blend, and green tea leaves for it's actually a green tea extract, because you actually get that L-theanine, which helps with the caffeine. And ground black tea leaves that's in the Focus Flow chai actually has naturally occurring polyphenols, which are amazing and great because it has antioxidants to support your nervous system. So, whether you are adaptogen curious or already an herb nerd like me, here's your takeaway. Your body wants balance. You don't have to push harder to feel better. If you're curious about creating a wellness ritual that's really rooted in tradition and modern ease, I would so love to invite you to see what's your chai personality type. I'll put that quiz in the show notes, as well as, well, maybe you can order your ritual. You can get 15% off by using code BRAVE. This is where soul meets science. one sip at a time. I'm so glad you joined today. And let me know in the comments below, have you tried chai before? Are you a chai person? Are you a coffee person? Are you a matcha person? And have you tried? If you're curious, let us know what you think. What's your favorite? And I'm so glad you are here. I will see you next time. You know I've got so much more in store for you. So if you are really ready to dive in and keep owning your emotions like the boss that you are, click right here. Go ahead, don't be shy. I'll see you in the next one. Keep shining.